What's up, everybody? Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham. Thanks to everybody who's already with us, hanging out, lighting up the live chat. It is Thursday, our last live stream of the week before game day, of course, on Sunday. Every Monday, every Thursday, every game day. We go live because we love bringing you the latest content around the Chicago Bears. So we'll start as we normally do. Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are watching from. And then we will get you guys some shout-outs here on today's show. So let's get it. We got Lynn in Jonesville, Virginia, Minnesota, and Rochester, Minnesota. We've got Sedated says, like the videos, you lazy bums. Sedated's words, not mine. We got Mozzie in Ohio. Lure in Arlington Heights, Northern California is where Fernando's watching. We got the Honey Badger in Russell, Kentucky. Raphael in South LA, Vernon Leisure in St. Louis. We got Donald in, I just scrolled past it. Where's Donald at? Type it again, Donald. Oh, there we go. South Bend, Indiana. We got Young in Mesa, Arizona. Zane in Hayden, Idaho. Running on fumes today, so need a little fuel. We got Jaylon in Fargo, North Dakota. Another Josh in Clinton, Illinois. Mozzie in West Liberty, Ohio. Jaylon in North Dakota. Yonkers, New York is where Hate Breed is. Let us know where you guys are watching from, and we'll go ahead and bring in producer Rolly. Oh, wait! Jack Lotteray back in the building. And, folks, before I let Jack speak, Rolly is in such shambles over his Miami Heat not landing Damian Lillard that he decided to not show up. He is not in the building. He's not on the premises. So Jack Lotteray has stepped up to the plate to step in here. He, of course, was our longtime live producer here on Bears Now. So show Jack some love in the comments. He's rocking the Bears lid for you guys. What's up, Jack?
Any opportunity I get to be on this fine show on YouTube, I jump at the opportunity. So when I heard that Nick Roloff was not going to be in today, I had to jump at the opportunity. I had to be back on Bears Now with my guy Harrison, with all the people in the chat. Oh, it's lit. I am excited to be here.
We got a super chat from Sam Lakhtara, who's maybe Rolly's biggest fan, saying, imposter Rolly SMH. You can blame that one on Rolly, Sam. Joe Cronin, Damian Lillard, whoever you want to blame. Pat Riley, he's a man in shambles now.
I do want to say, as the person of the two producers that likes to take the high road, my thoughts are with Nick. I hope he's doing okay. I understand. I get what it feels like to lose a player or not land a player. Mookie Betts with the Red Sox. I understand that pain. So
it's painful.
I'm here trying
Bears
to carry
fans
the
know
load,
all about that.
help him out.
Like
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
We all know. So, I'm here to give him a little hand, help him out. No ill will toward Rolly at all today.
Look at Jack taking the high road. What a classy gent. All right, let's flash a couple of these supers. Imposter Rolly, SMH. Lakhtara, he'll be back on Sunday. It's tough sledding for Rolly right now. Tough sledding. Zane Gray says, we misheard Eberflus when he said he runs a cover 2 defense. He actually said he runs a cover who defense. That's good stuff, Zane. That's pretty darn good stuff, Zane. So it's tough, man. It's tough. We do have our Bears Now Helmet Hall of Fame, by the way. $100 super chats. Get you on this bad boy. You'll get a sticker on here. So plenty of room for you guys on the Bears Now Helmet Hall of Fame Club. So if anyone's interested, hop aboard. Who you guys got this week? This is also the live poll question in the live chat. Bears, Broncos. If you think the Bears are going to win, type CHI. Also go vote for the Bears. If you think the 0-3 Broncos are going to win, type DEN. And it's, listen, this is a battle of some of the worst. Who's going to elevate? Who is going to dig themselves out of the quicksand?
This is a classic clash of the Titans, Harrison. This is going to be just an insane battle of who's the best in the NFL.
Listen, throw out the record books when these two teams link up. William Brock says, "What's up, Jackie boy?" What's up, William? Jack's happy to be
What's
here.
up, William?
By the way, the Shy says Chase Daniel did a great job on Bears' poor offensive play call. Yeah, he did a good breakdown. Chase Daniel's doing some all-22 film breakdown stuff now. And, yeah, I mean, Bears wide receivers against the Chiefs basically got no separation. It's really impressive from Kansas City and a little concerning from Chicago's standpoint. Todd says Chicago. Whoever wins this is going to the Super Bowl. That's good stuff. Chris says Denver. Hatebreed says Denver. We got Lawrence saying Chicago. Fernando, Luigi, and
This might as
Ruel
well
saying
be the
Chicago.
Super Bowl. This might as well be the Super Bowl.
Listen,
I mean,
you lose this game for the Bears. I mean, I don't.
You're not
I don't know
getting
when
a
you're
matchup.
winning.
You're not getting a matchup better than this all season. This might as well just be the Super Bowl.
Jose says sign Foles. He has the talent. He stinks. Nick Foles is cooked. Jack might be the biggest Nick Foles fan on the planet.
You're damn right I am.
Jack loves Nick Foles. It will be a tie from Will.
Okay, if that happens, that's the
I'd rather lose. Hot take, I'd rather lose.
That's going to be the worst game in the history of the NFL. No, but real quick, I have a signed University of Arizona jersey by Nick Foles in a frame in my apartment.
It's worth about $7.
But the memories will last forever.
The memories will last forever. Exactly. 24-17 Bears from Antonio. That's true. It's true. If only it could happen with the Bears. Just remember, when players come to the Bears, they're usually the worst version of themselves. Sadly. That is sadly the case sometimes. Do you still believe in Justin Fields? Type B for believe or D for don't. Minnesota says believe. Luigi says believe. Jim Leahy says don't. I don't know from Ancient. Jason says don't. Henderson says believe. So does DJ, Kenny, Ephraim. Guillermo says don't. Hatebreed says don't. There's still more B's than D's. Todd says B. Busy says B. Will saying believe. So is Chris. Country. Honey Badge. Rowell. More B's than D's. Infinites, he's not believing. Neither is Blue Ruff. I'm starting to not, but I'm still there. It's kind of where I'm at. I'm losing belief, but I haven't lost all belief. It's very possible. It's very possible. And if you guys missed our video from earlier, Josh Lucas, who joined 670 The Score and did an exclusive breakdown, or just exclusive conversation around Justin Fields and going back to the 2017 draft, why they chose Mitch Trubisky. Lots of good stuff in there. I gave some analysis as well, so go check that out. All right, fill in the blank. The Bears will win blank games this year. 0-3 so far, 13 straight losses. How many are they going to win this year? Such a great interview. It really was, man. It was very good. One of the best interviews I can remember. DJ says 5. Zach says 5. David 3. Jason 2. Chris 0. Country 6. Rom says 0. Man, that's tough sledding. We got multiple people saying 0. Brad says 0. Hudson says 6. Minnesota says 2. Paul says 1. MVP says 0. DJ says 4. Unapologetic Truth 10. They're going to win 10 of their final 14. That'd be something. The way they're playing, I'd say 0. Yeah, I mean, look, it obviously has to be better. You lose this week to Denver and you continue to play like this, I don't know who you're going to beat. I really don't. Aim for 1 or 2. It's a high bar, Trace. It's a high bar. Christopher says 5. 3-13 from Ciroc. Well, it would have to be 3-14 or 4-13. There's 17 games now. Is your neck okay? Yeah, it's been bugging me today. I think I slept on it wrong. Sorry if it looks like I'm yeah. I've had a couple days where I've just slept on it wrong, I think. So, trying to work it out. I'll try not to be distracting. 13 in a row is pathetic. They're worse this year than last year. It is pathetic. It's a joke. And I kind of agree that the fact that there is even a conversation that they're worse than last year is ridiculous. Like, how are you worse? You added talent. You are a year older in the same system. You should be better. You're worse. It's a joke.
The whole conversation in the offseason was, well, we're at the bottom. No way we can get worse.
We're at the bottom. We added a lot of pieces. We traded for DJ Moore. You're somehow worse. Incredible. If you're ready for the real show to start, hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. We got 255 people watching, 55 likes. Like the damn video. Hit that like icon so we can dive into today's show. Hit that like button. We did thanks Nagy on the show earlier today. Yeah, because part of that interview that Josh Lucas did was talking about the game where Justin Fields' first start where he got sacked 9 times.
The real ones will remember the thanks Nagy movement.
Thanks Nagy movement. It was a good time. It wasn't a good time, but it was a good time, if that makes sense. Hashtag never forget. Yeah, could the 11 most athletic people in the chat right now put out a better product than the Bears? People are talking. The answer is no, but people are talking. Corey has liked the video. 18 likes away. Let's get to a little hundy piece. Hit that like button. Yes, we could. Mike Nintendo's all in. Continue to like the video. We'll get to the super chat real quick. We're 8 likes away now. Daily basis, every single player that we brought in through trades and free agency is having a worse year than on their previous team. That means the coaching sucks. That's kind of the point I'm making. Players come here, they get worse. That's coaching. That is coaching. Ugh, it's disgusting behavior. All right, we're almost at 100 likes, so we'll get this thing rolling here. Coming up live, we'll get into the latest Bears news and rumors. We did cross 100 likes. We do have it's all right, we can do it like this. We do have a mailbag that we're going to get into, so hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show, live Q&A, and then trade candidates. I'm going to take a look at some players that the Bears could ship out if they decide to become sellers at the NFL trade deadline, which, look, let's be honest, if they lose a few more games, that's where this is headed. So all of that and more coming up live on Chicago Bears Now. Coming up on Chicago Bears Now, Luke Getsy thinks that Justin Fields in this offense could be something special. We're going to dive into that. And could the Bears be without some key defensive players on Sunday against the Broncos? How big of a challenge does that pose going up against the equally desperate Denver team? And then help us out. Subscribe to the channel. We're 485 subscribers away from 74,000. That'd be awesome to get there by kickoff on Sunday. So hit that sub button if you want more Bears content. I'm Harrison Graham. Coming up on today's show, we'll kick things off with this. Luke Getsy, is he confident? Is he delusional? We'll dive in here as he told reporters on Thursday that he believes the Bears offense can, quote, build something special. Let's see what Getsy had to say on this Bears offense right now. He said, I think we're in the process of building something special. I think we're in the phase of it's week 3 going into week 4, and we're going on to find a way to attack Denver in a completely different way than we did Kansas City. That's a week-to-week challenge that you have. It's a 17-week process. It is not a 3-week process. So there's a lot of like mumbo-jumbo in there. It takes 17 weeks. It's a process. Well, here's the only problem I have. What evidence do we have that this offense could be something special? Like, 0-3 aside, like, what have we seen through these 3 games that make you think, okay, like it's not all clicking, but the signs are there? I've seen nothing to suggest that this offense could sustain anything even in a positive direction, much less be something special. Have you seen anything that suggests that this team could be on the verge of going on a nice run offensively here? Like, sure, there's been isolated plays and isolated drives, but have the Bears put 2 good drives back-to-back together at any point this season? I'll answer the question for you. The answer is no. So why are we supposed to believe that they're building something special? Is it impossible for that to happen? No, but for them to say that to the fan base, I think is tone deaf. How about this? We've sucked so far this year. We're working our ass off to fix it. It's a process. I think we're building something special. What? Started from the bottom, now we're here? I mean, it sounds good when Drake sings it, but my God, I mean, this has just been atrocious so far. Do you have any faith in Luke Getsy at this point? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Be real with me. I mean, I don't. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but for me to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, something special, we're just around the corner, baby. I don't see it. Y for yes, N for no. Let me know what you guys think. More from Getsy on Justin Fields specifically here. He said, our expectations have always been the same. It's about getting better every single week and making sure that he's mastering what we're doing from our perspective. and being the leader of that unit, and I think he's doing a really nice job in the midst of a lot of shit right now. I do agree with that. There's a lot going on. He's manning up and taking a leadership role for these guys, so it's been good to see him be able to put it on his shoulders and be that guy that wants to help make this thing get right. And look, I have no doubts that Justin Fields is what you want in a leader and that he has the off-the-field intangibles to be a franchise quarterback. But the bottom line is it's about on-field production, being competitive, and winning games. Hell, just taking steps in the right direction. We're not even seeing that. Like what Ryan Poles said, we need to see improvement. Luke Getsy, we want to see improvement. Like, you're not even getting that. Like that's not even a huge bar. Like, it's year 3. It should look better than it does, which is why I continue to say of like, how can it look worse? I know you've had some O-line injuries, but you've added more talent this year. It shouldn't look worse, and that's why I still do have to question the play calling and the coaching, and obviously Fields himself as well. Like, how does this look worse at this point than it did last year? I do not understand, and that's why, to be honest, this feels like a make or break week for Justin Fields and if he's going to be able to turn a corner here. Because if the Bears offense cannot get going this week against Denver that gave up 70 points last week against Miami, when will they? Like, doesn't mean it's never going to happen, but like, if it doesn't happen now, the answer might be never. Like this is as good of an opportunity as you have with your backs against the wall to go out there and do something. Because the bottom line is so far, it's been underwhelming at best. It's been flat out disappointing and just piss poor if we're being completely honest. So Fields has got to play better. Getsy's got to coach better. Receivers got to be better. No one could get separation against Kansas City. I mean, even DJ Moore had a poor game overall, for being completely honest. So it's a big week, man. You got to go out there and score some points against a bad Denver team right now. Otherwise, this could really shift in a poor direction. All right, coming up in just a few moments are some key defenders going to be out on Sunday. Plus, I just got a little bit of a rant to build off what we were just talking about. So all of that is just around the corner. But first, we got to talk about our sponsor today, and that is Prize Picks. If you're looking to spice up your game days, and why wouldn't you with how boring the Bears have been so far, get started with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. If you're looking for more fun ways to spend your Sundays, look no further than Prize Picks. So how does it work, you ask? Well, you pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their Prize Picks projections, you can win up to 25 times your money on any single entry. What's cool about Prize Picks, too, is you're not competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available instead of battling thousands of other players, including some sharks and some pros as well. I love this pick, too, for this matchup on Sunday. Justin Fields more on the passing yards. Believe it or not, he's thrown for over 200 yards in 2 of the first 3 games, and you're playing a Denver team that's not exactly lighting it up right now, so I like him to hit that number. And then Russell Wilson, we're going to talk about the Bears secondary in a second. It's banged up. Russ has actually played pretty good this year. I think he hits that more than 230 yards and change as well. 20 to win 60 here. I feel good about cashing home here. And plus, when you sign up at prizepicks.com/CLNS, use the code CLNS to get a $100 deposit match, up to $100, I should say. If you put in 20, they'll give you 20. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50. The point is they'll double your deposit up to $100, not beyond that. So keep that note in mind as well. One more time, it's prizepicks.com/CLNS, prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. That link and promo code in the description and comments of this video. All right, before we talk injury report, is anyone else just exhausted from the coach speak? I don't want to say I'm tired of the positivity. Like, they need to remain positive and give these players hope. Like, I get that. But, like, just the stuff we're hearing every single week, I mean, it gets old. Like, these are just snippets of quotes we've heard this week. Matt Eberflus, we're close. Close to what? Close to being competitive against a bad Denver team, maybe? Like, maybe. You're not close to being good, though. Green Bay smoked you. Kansas City, you didn't even belong in the same state as them. And Tampa controlled you for 4 quarters. You were sort of close in that game, but not really. And Tampa's not that good of a team, let's be honest. He also said, let's focus on the fundamentals. All we can do is practice hard. That just sounds so high school to me. Like fundamentals, really. Like, yeah, I know you have to be fundamentally sound and have technique down. This is the NFL, man. Come on, like that's stuff you do in the offseason. The fact that we're still talking fundamentals in week 4, it's just sickening. And then who gets you today? Like we said, I think we're building something special. Really? Like, I get it. You need to trust what you're doing, but like, don't say that out loud. Again, I want someone to step forward and say, you know what? This has been garbage. This is not what the fans signed up for. This is not what we expected, and we are busting our ass to fix it. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear, we're close. Why, Coach? Why are you close? Because I've seen it before. I mean, it's just such loose tangents. Like, oh, yeah, when I was at the University of Missouri, I don't care. That's college football. When I was with the Indianapolis Colts, I don't care. You were the defensive coordinator. Now you're the head coach. Like, does this look close? Like, when you watch these games, do you feel like you're close to even being decent? I don't. I mean, look, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love for Chicago to hammer Denver on Sunday, turn around a few days later in Washington, beat them on Thursday Night Football, and, get this thing rolling. But until it happens, I'm not just going to buy into this coach speak anymore. Like, you got to prove it, man. You've lost 13 games in a row. You're not close. You're the worst team in the sport. You're not close to anything. You're not even close to being the second worst team. Like, you beat Denver, okay, you're there. Right now, you're not. Ugh, it's ugly, man. It is very, very ugly. Fill in the blank. How many games will the Bears win this year? The Bears will win blank games this year. You're 0-3. You've lost 13 in a row. You got 14 left. How many of 14 games are they going to win? It'll be more than 0, but I don't know when. They don't beat Denver this week. Might be a while. Fill in the blank. How many more games, or how many games, period, since the answer is 0 right now, will the Bears win? Okay, let's talk injuries here, and this does not help the cause, as Jaylon Johnson, Josh Blackwell, Eddie Jackson all did not practice on Thursday. I would be shocked if any of those 3 guys played on Sunday. Travis Homer was limited. He got added to the injury report with an ankle injury. He hasn't played on offense, but he's a key special teamer. Keep an eye on that. If he, for some reason, is out, maybe Deontay Foreman's active this week. We'll see. Good news is Tyrique Stevenson should be has been a full participant this week and should be good to go on Sunday. But bottom line is your secondary is going to get challenged. I mean, if you're out Jaylon Johnson and Blackwell, you're already down Kyler Gordon. You're probably looking at Tyrique Stevenson, Terrell Smith, and Greg Stroman. It's probably your 3 corners. Ugh, not great. Not great, Jim. All right, subscribe to the channel. I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom, but I'm sick of some of the quotes we're hearing. Like, let's just go play some football. We'll have you guys covered on everything on a daily basis, so hit that subscribe button here on the channel. Oh, boy. Producer Jack's cooking something up. David says, watching all the way from Adelaide, Australia. Good day, mate. Appreciate you watching, David. Come on, you Bears. Man, that's dedication to still be watching from Australia. It's tough. Wasim says 0 wins. Is that true, T-Fly? I must have missed that. DJ Moore guaranteeing victory this week? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. Oh, man. Here's a quote from DJ Moore. He said, after getting this first win, whenever we get it, hopefully this week, it'll be the monkey off our back and morale will turn around, and then the fans will be happy, we'll be happy, and we can have better conversations up here and stop asking about the morale. Well, yeah, but until you do that, that's going to be asked. Like, this team has lost 13 in a row. 13 in a row. What is this? Is this you and Nick Foles? Oh, my goodness. Look at Jack and Nick Foles. That is something. Our savior, Big Nick. Wow. There he is. There it is. 13 in a row is pathetic. It is, man. It's something. God, my neck really is bugging me today. All right, Trace with the 5. Give us Caleb Williams with the first overall pick. Try our best to get it, then get the Lions OC as our next head coach. Yeah, look, a Caleb Williams-Ben Johnson combination would be a lot of fun, man. Be a lot of fun. I'm not ready to try and lose every game yet already, but Listen, if that's the consolation prize, I wouldn't mind it. Tito, you can't take a QB first round. He will get destroyed. As bad as I want Marvin Harrison Jr., you need best O-line and best DE, then a QB in the third. Now, if you get the number 1 pick, you're drafting a quarterback. You just are. Now you have Carolina's pick too. You could go O-line. You could go QB O-line or QB defensive end. I hear what you're saying, Tito, but if it's clear by the end of this year that Justin Fields isn't the guy, you have to take a quarterback. And that's coming from me. I like Justin Fields a lot. I believe in his talent. But the way this is trending, I kind of feel like the Bears, I mean, fair or not, he could end up being the scapegoat of this thing. So we'll see. Shaquille McNair, these coaches are trying to perfect a broken system. Give me a break. Yeah, I mean, it's Nagy-esque, right? It's, hey, we need to make this work our way, our scheme. Like, yeah, every coach is going to have a scheme, but you have to adapt that scheme. Like, you know what a great example is? Offensive side. How about defense? Jaylon Johnson and Tyrique Stevenson are press man corners. You don't run man coverage. You run off zone coverage. Pretty much, or more than any team in the NFL. So it's like, why'd you even draft Tyrique Stevenson? He's a physical man press corner. Like, that's how you maximize him. Trace Rawls with a 5. Appreciate it, my brother. Sang Ray Kim. Nagy went 12-4, 8-8, 8-8, 6-11, 2 playoff appearances. Bustin looks way better under Nagy. We would kill to have that 4-year record and that Bustin. I mean, look, like, I'm not in the bring back Nagy camp at all, but if you're asking me who's been a better coach for the Bears, him or Flus, it's clearly Nagy. Flus is 3-17, man. Like, it's bad. And I know last year was what it was, and it's a complete teardown year, but you're 0-3 this year too. Like, I mean, if you win 5 or less games this year, that's underperforming pretty big time. Geezer, think we might get to play the Vikings in the toilet bowl. Vikings in 3 weeks. Could be 2 0-5 teams. Who knows? Although we actually want the Vikings to win this week because they play Carolina. Larry, do not draft a quarterback. Need O-line first. Justin is good enough for 1 more year. And look, in a perfect world, yes, but like Justin has to at least show some progress. As bad as the coaching has been, he's got to find a way to show some progress. If he shows good enough progress, then sure. We're not there right now, though.
But the assumption, I wholeheartedly disagree with the Super Chat, because the assumption that I think Larry's making is that, 1 more year with Justin and then we'll move on. I disagree with that. Caleb Williams is a generational talent. If you have the number 1 overall pick, you're taking Caleb Williams.
Now, could that change? Like if your highest pick is like the 6th pick or something like that? Yeah, like if it's like, okay, do we want to run it with Justin 1 more year or take like Michael Penix or Quinn Ewers at number, like back into the top 10? Yeah, it's a different conversation maybe. But you have a chance at Caleb Williams. Like, I like Justin, man, but you almost feel like you're getting a message from the heavens. Back-to-back years with the number 1 pick, like, and you don't go quarterback either year. Like, I just don't see that happening. Harry with the 5, great name. I just really want to see a coach come in and get as upset as I've been. Jim Harbaugh would be the guy. I'd like to have Harbaugh. Producer Jack, not about that life. He's the producer of our Michigan football YouTube channel.
Wait, old Jimmy Boy ain't going nowhere.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see, Jack. Jack, you may have to produce if Harbaugh becomes the next head coach. Yeah. Huh? You sure? Well, that's the question. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Mike, I see you got a question there. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. We need more questions. Let's go. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Jack's hanging out. Jack's hanging out. Justin Fields hasn't seen the ball since kickoff. What does that mean? No thanks. Daniel Jones in that contract? No. Hashtag Bears Super Chat. Let's get this mailbag popping.
So I keep seeing this in the chat. Unapologetic Truth keeps saying that Caleb said he wasn't going to enter the draft if he didn't like the team. That's not what happened. His dad made a comment about that. And then wasn't that like confirmed to be like not real or whatever.
His dad made a comment, but it's also like, okay, you're going to go back to USC and forego $40 million. Like, yeah, NIL money, but that's just a few $1,000,000. And by the way, whoever has the number 1 pick is usually pretty dysfunctional at the time. So, like, it's not a guarantee that next year it's a better situation. He's going to go pro. Like, I just don't see a scenario where Caleb Williams does not enter the draft this year. So, hashtag Bears Super Chat. We'll get your questions on the show, and we'll answer as many as we can here on Bears Now. Let's jump into your mailbag questions. I'm Harrison Graham. Use hashtag Bears or Super Chat here on our live show. That's how you get your questions answered. Daily basis, every single player we brought in through trades in free agency is having a worse year here than on their previous teams. That means the coaching sucks. It's a great point. A lot of guys that have come through here tend to play worse here. Why is that? I don't know. Is it coaching? Is it you're getting these players at the wrong time in their career? Is it you start losing games so they lose motivation? There could be a lot of reasons, but seems like that happens an awful lot. And then they go somewhere else and they play better. Sam Mustipher looks like a decent player with Baltimore. Here, he's a laughingstock. It's incredible, man. Trace Rawls, appreciate all the supers. Give us Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick, then get Ben Johnson as our next head coach. Yeah, I'm all in on a Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson combination. I still want to see how the rest of this year plays out with Justin Fields, but if it continues to look this way, I don't think you can pass on Caleb Williams. Tito, you can't take a quarterback first round. He will get destroyed. As much as I want Marvin Harrison Jr., you need the best offensive lineman and then the best defensive end, then a quarterback in the third. Well, you'd also have a second-round pick, but because you have 2 first-round picks. However, you absolutely can take a QB in the first round. If you're in Caleb Williams' range, I don't think that's something you can turn down. Shaquille McNair, the coaches are trying to perfect a broken system. Give me a break. Yeah, they got to adapt, man. They got to be more adaptable to the players you have and just understanding that the schemes you're running aren't getting the job done. Got to adapt, man. Adapt or die. Sangray Kim, Nagy went 12-4, 8-8, 8-8, 6-11 with 2 playoff appearances. Buston looked way better under Nagy. We would kill to have that 4-year record and then Buston. Look, I don't want Nagy back. I think by the end he was lost. However, if you are asking me, is Matt Nagy or Matt Eberflus been a better coach here, I would say Matt Nagy. I mean, you went to the playoffs twice. The offense never really got going, but I do agree as a pure passer, I think Justin Fields looked a little bit more comfortable as a rookie. I think they went overkill with the footwork changes, the mechanical stuff. It's almost like they try to do too much at once, and by they, I mean Getsy, Janocko, and this staff. I think it's just been too much. They've tried to do too much with them. So definitely don't want to go back down the Nagy road, but I am definitely not on the Matt Eberflus train, that is for sure. Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from, watching from here today. Appreciate all the love and support. Always curious to know where Bears fans are watching from. From Henry, I just really want to see a coach come in and get as upset as I've been. Jim Harbaugh would be that guy for sure. I like Jim Harbaugh. He'd be near the top of my list. Him and Ben Johnson are probably my top 2 candidates right now. If Matt Eberflus gets canned, would he do it? Is he interested? I don't know, but I certainly am. Isaiah, get the FGBs going for Isaiah. FGB, FGB, FGB. F the Packers, man. Wasim, the Bears suck in all phases of the game, and it's on the coaches. There's no emotion, no fire, no tackling. They have to fire everyone if you lose to Denver. How's Roley? He was in shambles yesterday. Yeah, the man's in shambles. That's why he's not producing today, but he will be live with us on Sunday, so subscribe and join us for our watch party against Denver. Shout out Gregory, a first-time super chatter. That's 5 jumping jacks for me. 2, 3, 4, 5. Appreciate it, Gregory. Derek Runyon, I feel like if we got rid of Fields, it would be one of our worst decisions ever. Anyone we bring in here with no working OC or head coach will be damaged like the rest. No development. Yeah. Look, I mean, looking back on it, when Ryan Poles hired Matt Eberflus and he hired Luke Getsy, first-time GM, first-time head coach, first-time offensive coordinator with a second-year quarterback. They needed a play caller with more experience, whether that was in the head coaching position or offensive coordinator. Didn't do it. Keith Riggle, where's Valus? Great question. He's watching kickoffs go through the end zone. That's about the extent of his duties on Sundays. He's also on the punt team. Not involved. Great third-round pick on that one. We'll get to O'Geezer's Super Chat in a moment, but first, let's talk about Prize Picks, today's sponsor. If you're looking to spice up your game days, get started with Prize Picks right now. Daily fantasy sports. No one does it better than Prize Picks if you're looking for a more fun way to spend your game days, especially for Bears game days. Look no further than Prize Picks. How does it work? Well, you pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their Prize Picks projections. For example, I'm going more than 184.5 yards for Justin Fields and more on Russell Wilson's passing yards this week as well. 20 to win 60. Listen, I think Justin Fields is going to at least play well enough to top that number. He's thrown for 200 plus in 2 out of 3 games. Russell Wilson, I think, is going to have a big day. Bears secondary is banged up. Seems like easy cheddar. PrizePicks.com/CLNS is where you get signed up today. Use that code CLNS to get a deposit match up to $100. You're not competing against other people at Prize Picks. It's just you and the projections, more or less. That simple. Don't have to go up against sharks and pros and these folks who study this stuff all the time. It's just you and the projections. What's cool about Prize Picks, too, it takes less than 60 seconds to submit your entry. So get started today. Create an account, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS. Get started right now. Link and promo code in the description and comments. Code CLNS. O'Geezer, Kieran, let Justin play. Keep Bajan in the background. At least he competes. Rest of team playing like sleepy dwarves. Yeah, I'm not in the bench Justin camp. I do think Bajan should be the backup. I thought Sunday was a perfect opportunity. Hey, you're down 41-0 to start the fourth quarter. Get Bajan some reps. How valuable are those reps for Fields anyway? Like, the defense at that point is just dropping 7-8 into coverage, just keeping everything in front. It's not that valuable. For Bajan, though, could be. Get him out there, see somewhat real live reps, and do that. I don't need Nathan Peterman active on game days. I just don't. Donald Lear, if they fire Getsy midseason, who would replace him? I mean, I guess Andrew Janocko, the quarterback's coach, but I don't know. Could it be Tyke Tolbert, who's the receivers coach and passing game coordinator? Haven't been that impressed with the receivers, if I'm being honest. So, not sure. It's a good question. It's probably why, as much as you don't want to hear this, they probably are pretty far from making a move like that. Buckeye breaks. Marvin Harrison did a mock draft earlier this week. It's on the channel. Subscribe. Go check it out. And if you go to the video content tab, you can find out where I landed Marvin Harrison in that mock. Larry Widener, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Bears are constantly getting a QB saying things will get better. FGB. Yeah, look, Larry, I think the only problem with that is, eventually you do have to make a decision on, okay, can we make it work with this quarterback? I don't think all the problems are with Justin Fields. I think there are a ton of problems with this team. But if Caleb Williams is sitting there, you got to try it, man. It's just too good of an opportunity to pass up. Now, does that mean it's a guarantee it's going to work? No, it's not. None of this is a guarantee. If it was a guarantee, the Bears would have found a legitimate all-time quarterback by now. They have not. So, that's where we're at. Rooting for Justin the rest of this year. Hope he can get it turned around and be that guy. But, hasn't been a good start. Has not been a good start. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. We're trying to get to 75,000 subscribers here on Bears Now. We're less than 1,500 away. Can we do it? Subscribe for Bears news, rumors, trade buzz, and a whole lot more. Do not miss out when it comes to Chicago Bears news and rumors content. Jake Heineman, say we get Caleb Williams. Would you hire Lincoln Riley? Definitely open to it. Definitely open to it. That's probably the only scenario where I'm open to Lincoln Riley, but young, offensive mind, I get the track record of college head coaches to NFL isn't super high, but I think if you're bringing in the number one pick and a coach he trusts immensely, that's the key here. Caleb Williams committed to Lincoln Riley when he was 17 years old, followed him to USC from Oklahoma after he took that job. Like, he trusts this guy immensely. I'm not in the camp of Caleb Williams will refuse to play for the Bears if they get the number one pick, but if you have any concerns about that, go hire Lincoln Riley. Those concerns will be erased very quickly. Graham B., Caleb Williams will pass on Chicago, right on cue. His father said as much. His dad did not say explicitly, we're going to pass on the Bears. He threw out a comment out there, if we don't like who's picking number one, we could go back to school. But again, I'll challenge him on that. You're going to leave $40 million on the table? It's not going to happen, man. Prove me wrong. That's what I would say. Prove me wrong. I just don't see a scenario where Caleb Williams does not enter this NFL draft. Be honest with me. Will the Bears beat the Broncos? Type Y for yes or type N for no. I hope so, man. I don't want to talk about a 14th straight loss, but if they lose, I'll talk about it because that's my job. Jake, heard rumors of a possible trade with the Jets wanting Fields. Thoughts? I think that's just like Twitter, like connecting dots. Zach Wilson's not playing well. Jets have a really good roster. Could use a better quarterback. Oh, Justin Fields not working out in Chicago. I don't think either side would make that move right now. I think if the Jets make a trade, it's for a guy like Ryan Tannehill, a veteran who can come in, pick up the offense quickly, and just be a game manager. Justin Fields isn't really a game manager type. He's kind of a boomer bust type of player right now. Like, the highs are high, although we haven't seen him much this year, but the lows aren't great. So I think they want more of that bus driver up at this point because Zach Wilson's driving them crazy with turnovers. Wasim Khan, how much of this is on polls? At least a little bit. I discussed that on our Thursday morning video. Like, Ryan Poles' hands are not completely clean from this situation. Like, he hired Matt Eberflus, who then hired Luke Getsy. He traded Roquan Smith. He passed on Jalen Carter. He traded for Chase Claypool. He's made moves that haven't worked. Plenty of them. He's not guilt-free in this situation. TY with the 5. Appreciate all the supers, guys. If Kevin Warren pulled all the front office in and asked them to defend their jobs, what do you think they would say? It's a great question. And who knows? Maybe this has happened. If it hasn't happened, I think it will soon if they lose this week, and especially if they lose the next two games. It's like, what the hell is going on? That would be my question if I'm Kevin Warren. And if I lose the next two games, I'm bringing in Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles first, and I'm saying, what the fuck is going on? And then we're going from there. To that, but I don't know how they'd be able to defend themselves. They've lost 13 in a row. It's pretty much the same staff from last year, so it's not good. It's not good. Follow us on social media. It's at HGramNFL on Twitter and on Instagram. That's where you can find me. Appreciate all of the love and support. Give me a follow on those platforms as well. I'm exhausted, dude. I had my sister's wedding last weekend. I'm still tired from that. I'm tired of the Bears. It's tough sledding right now. Yep. Will the Bears beat the Broncos? Grill says yes. Donald says yes. Let me look real quick. Y for yes and for no. Yeah, straight into it. You can go team left. So I'm on screen. We effing better. Yeah. Keep fighting, Harry. We got no choice. I'm fighting, man. I'll be ready to roll Sunday. Honestly, I just need a good night's sleep. I'm off the next 2 days. I'm playing golf tomorrow, but that's not work. There's a little Keaton action. Yeah, this is our Friday, but yeah. Come on, man. Come on, Bears. Win a damn game. What are we, 339 days in a row? Come on. Win a damn game, please. All right. Here we go. One more segment to roll with. By the way, we're at $92 in Super Chats. If we get to 200, I'll tell you what, if someone sends in 100 right now, they would get a sticker on the helmet, and I will do a beer bong. If we get to 200 total, I'll do one regardless, but if someone gets 100 individuals, sticker plus beer bong combination, that's my deal for you. We're going to hop into this segment. If we get that, if we make that happen, we'll do it after this segment. So here we go. Bears trade candidates. Let's talk about it. Are the Chicago Bears going to be NFL trade deadline sellers? Welcome into Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham, and Bears obviously off to a tough start. 0-3, not very competitive to start the year after having at least somewhat high expectations. And look, let's be honest, folks, if a couple more losses pile up here, the Bears could trade away some players. I think that's definitely on the table. Trade deadline's October 31st, right after Week 8 against the Chargers. So you got some time. If you can win a few games, you could certainly shift that narrative. But right now, if you had to guess, selling is way more of a possibility than being a buyer at the trade deadline. What do you guys think? Can the Bears turn their season around? Type Y for yes, type in for no. It's been a tough couple of weeks, but you want some optimism? You got Denver at home, at Washington, Minnesota at home, Vegas at home the next 4 weeks. So they're all winnable. Now, they're all losable when you've lost 13 in a row, but not completely dead yet. You lose this week, you're cooked. But, yeah, that's, it starts on Sunday, one play, one game, one quarter at a time, all that good stuff. But hope is dwindling. You got to win Sunday if you want to get this thing back on track. All right, let's dive into some trade candidates here. We'll start with Darnell Mooney, the fourth-year receiver who's currently slated to be a free agent after this year. And look, there's just not much going here, right? 4 catches, 53 yards on 8 targets, and I think 3 for 53 in the opener. And then he had 1 catch for 0 yards in the second game. Only 1 target last week. I mean, he's not even involved. Since week 1, he has not been involved at all. And I get it. You're not playing well. You got DJ Moore, Claypool, Kmet, other guys you're trying to get the football to. But, he's not even a part of the game plan, it would appear right now. I like Darnell Mooney a lot. I think he's a good player, but it's one of those things. You're 2-6 at the deadline, and you can get a middle-round pick for him. I mean, I definitely think that's a possibility if you're Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. Hopefully he gets going. Hopefully this team gets going, but he just has not even been a factor. Jaylon Johnson. This is the tricky one for me. The fourth-year corner. Same draft class as Mooney. Obviously, the big question coming into the year, Mooney, Johnson, Cole Kmet, Claypool. Who's going to get an extension? Who are they going to wait and see on? Kmet was the only one to get one before the season. But Jaylon Johnson, I think, has been pretty good. He's been targeted 11 times and has only given up 5 receptions on those targets. He's given up less than 50% completion percentage. 57.4 passer rating when targeted. 1 breakup, has a forced fumble, doesn't have a pick, but he's not getting thrown at a ton. I would pay Jaylon Johnson. I know some of you would probably say, trade him for a second, get more capital. And I'm not closed off to that idea, but you need good players on this team. How many players can you honestly sit here and say, be honest, looking into the mirror and be like, yeah, this is a good player? I mean, it's DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Jaylon Johnson, Tremaine Edmonds, Eddie Jackson, maybe when healthy, TJ Edwards, maybe. You don't have a lot of really good players. Jaylon Johnson's one of them, so I would keep him here. But look, again, if you keep losing and if the contract negotiations aren't in a place that you're comfortable with, get a second-round pick. A team like Dallas calls after losing Trayvon Diggs, hey, we'll throw you a second-round pick. You at least have to consider that. At the same time, I would prefer keeping him, but we'll have to wait and see. Pick one to trade. Who are you shipping out of town? Type DM for Darnell Mooney, JJ for Jaylon Johnson. I would rather keep Jaylon right now out of these two, so I guess I'm typing DM, although I'm not in a place where I want to trade either right now. But if I had to pick one, I think I would ship out Darnell Mooney. What say you? Let us know in the comment section. Today's show sponsored by AG1. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at drinkag1.com/chatsports. I started drinking AG1 every single day recently, and I've never felt more energetic, although sometimes the Bears make it seem like I'm not. Football season can be draining at times, watching the Bears. And recently, I had lacked that extra push to get a morning workout in. But Now with my morning scoop of AG1, I'm back in my routine. Not only is AG1 helping me get back into good habits, I'm already seeing a better digestion as well. Improving my gut health is something I've needed to do, and now that's happening with the simple scoop every single day. Covering my nutritional basis for the day could not be easier, which is why I trust AG1. I just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water, drink it first thing in the morning, boom, it is done. I also like that it costs less than $3 per day. Pretty good deal if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients, a true win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then AG1 is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So get started today. Go to drinkag1.com/chatsports. That's drinkag1.com/chatsports. Lots of benefits to starting your day with the scoop of AG1. You're just going to feel better to attack your day. Believe me, drinkag1.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments and the description of this video. Yannick Ngakoue next up on our Bears trade candidates. This one makes sense when you really think about it. He's been okay so far. Had a sack in week 1, a couple quarterback hits, couple TFLs. He also missed a couple sack opportunities against Baker Mayfield there in week 2. The reason this makes sense is Ngakoue is on a 1-year contract. If you aren't competing, any draft compensation for him would be a plus. Like 5th, 6th round pick, like you signed him in August. If you get a day 3 pick for him, that's fine. Like I'm in the camp of keeping Ngakoue beyond this year, but at the same time, if you're horrible and some team is looking for a pass rusher and offers you something, that's something you have to consider. Remember, you don't have a 6th or 7th round pick right now. You traded for Dan Feeney. I think the other one is from the N'Keal Harry trade last year. So, I'm not just giving Ngakoue away, but if you're nowhere close to being competitive and a team's like, hey, we'll give you a 5th, we'll give you a 6th, if you're Ryan Poles, you might just take that and move on. So keep that in mind as we progress in the next couple of weeks. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully things get back on track starting on Sunday as the Chicago Bears host the Denver Broncos at Soldier Field. We'll be live at 10:45 a.m. Central Time, Bears versus Broncos. Live watch party, full pregame show leading up to noon kickoff. So join us for that and stick around throughout the entire game. Let's talk D'Onta Foreman now, the running back who signed this offseason and, well, just has not been a factor. He's been a healthy scratch the past 2 weeks. He was active in week 1. We have not seen him since. I do wonder if a team could trade for him, though, because last year with the Carolina Panthers, he rushed for like 900 yards. He was very, very good, and the bottom line is I like the signing, but he just hasn't fit in for whatever reason. I think part of that is Roschon Johnson's just better, but are the Bears giving him a proper chance? I don't know. The point is he's kind of in that category of you'd probably take anything for him because you're not playing him. But if there's some notable injury between now and then at running back, then Foreman could be a guy you could get a late-round pick for maybe. Chase Claypool next up here. And, Chase Claypool. Been patient. I wanted to give it time. But the bottom line is you just have not gotten production here. In 10 games, he's been targeted 43 times. It's barely 4 a game. He's only converted on 18 of those with catches. That's less than 50%. Less than 200 yards and a touchdown, which he had in week 2. Underwhelming would be an understatement here. You traded a 2nd-round pick for him, which ended up being the number 32 overall pick, so most years it's the last pick of the 1st round, and you've gotten next to nothing. That's been very underwhelming. I don't even know what you'd get for Claypool, if I'm being honest, but you've taken the L on that trade. Barring a unbelievable turnaround here, you have taken the L on that trade when it comes to Chase Claypool. So I think he's someone you could definitely try to flip at the deadline if things continue to trend south for this football team. So those are 5 names to monitor as the Bears could be potential sellers here in a few weeks. Grade Claypool's tenure with the Bears. Oh, it's ugly. Type U for ugly. A, B, C, D, or F. It's F-U. Effing ugly. It's been a horror show. Hasn't been good. Been slightly better recently, but it's still not good. It's not good at all. A, B, C, D, or F, grade Chase Claypool's tenure with the Chicago Bears. All right, hit that subscribe button. If any trades do go down, we, of course, will have you covered here on this channel, youtube.com/BearsNow. Do not miss out as we have the latest and greatest Chicago Bears coverage here on YouTube. From Isaiah, if the Lions turned it around last year, there's no reason we can't, but I have my doubts. Yeah, I mean, look, people inside the building have made that reference, which I guess, sure, like, find something to lean on. But one thing I would challenge is that the Lions' offense was humming early last year, and they were in very close games week in and week out. The Bears' offense is not humming, and they're not in close games week in and week out. So I don't think it's the same, but yeah, look, you're 3 games into a 17-game season. It's not over, but you got to figure out something fast. I mean, like this week. You can't afford to lose another game here. You can't fall to 0-4. Alex Amerling, Getsy really said the offense will be special. He said, the direct quote was, I think we're building something special. He didn't say it as a matter of fact, but still, man, it's tough. It's tough to buy that sell job there. So not good. Not good. We'll get to this super chat from Killer Panda in just a moment. Just a moment. Killer says the Lions were only losing by 3 to 6 points, not being blown out. Exactly. Offense looked good. They were competitive. It was frustrating for Lions fans, I'm sure, that they kept losing, but there was reason to think that they could turn it around. I don't feel that way with the Bears right now. I know they can say they're close. It doesn't look close. It doesn't look close. All right, I'll throw a shot clock on. 2 minutes here. We're $90 away from 200. If we get there, I'll do a beer bong. Someone sends on 100, you'll still get a sticker on the Bears Now Helmet Hall of Fame. Let's freaking go. Otherwise, producer Jack and I gonna get out of here. Alex says, Harry, indeed. Yeah, man, it is hard. It is hard. SOB, same old Bears. That's funny. That is funny. I might steal that. It's good stuff. That is good stuff. 30 seconds gone. MVP says Chiefs could have scored more than 70 if they kept Mahomes in. Yeah, I mean, look, they could have scored a lot, man. They took the foot. I mean, it was 34-0 at halftime. They could have scored more. Harry with the super chat. Harrison Graham for head coach. You don't want me as head coach, but I don't think you want Matt Eberflus either. Don't think you want Matt Eberflus either. Something special sounds like Special Olympics. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Wasim says, tell Rolly I hope he walks off the edge. No, come on. We love Rolly. That's tough. That's tough. Pills are good. Whoa. You guys are going to a dark place. You guys are going to a dark place. I don't know if y'all seen the Chandler Jones stuff. That's not looking good. That's not looking good. All right, 1 minute. Then we're going to get out of here. If we don't get any more super chats, all good. I got a lot of stuff to do behind the scenes. Destroyer rolling with Denver, so is B-Face. 53% of you going with the Bears, according to the poll. There's some belief. Oh, Geezer with the $2. We can't extend the clock for Smallins, but we'll go 30 seconds here. Says, just not fun, no highlights. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. Someone has to win. I know. I know. Yeah, we could tie. Dallas Wade. I'm not even going to entertain that, Dallas Wade. Loser joins the Big Ten. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Antonio Williams says, do you trust this regime coaching staff with Caleb Williams? Oh, boy. I'd rather have a different coaching staff. Being honest. All right. We'll have videos the next couple of days. Game day on Sunday. please join us. Even if you're tired of watching this team, have fun in the chat. We'll be here, Rolly and I, ready to roll. Therapy session. I got you guys covered. We'll have drinks on deck. Let's go. 10:45 a.m. Central Time on Sunday. Bears, Broncos, Week 4. We'll see you then. Bear down.